Hello, my friends. Today the story about how I made 50k out of 10, what strategies I've used. This is just the first video. There will be follow-up videos. First one is the success, and two more about what trap is there in cryptocurrency and why you should rely on your strategies and you can't allow to go another direction except steps which you have written on your paper. Let's start then. There are two strategies, just main strategies for me. I had two main strategies which I have used there. I used one or another, depends on the technical analysis. One of them leads me to the profit. And just want to say that it's not financial advice, just sharing my experience during the day. Let's start from the reality which we have there. This is OKX exchange cryptocurrency, and I made a report. So I started with the 10k in the beginning, not in the beginning, in the middle of September, and ended in, let it be, 7th of November, before FTX collapsed. Yeah, this is just the last page there. You can see the day, when is the day? It's 15th of September. There's a beginning. You can see that I have some profits there. And when you see the red minus dollars that I have failed position there, it means I used one strategy or another. So for example, in this case, it was a strategy about bouncing, and another one is averaging. So this I just decided to bounce, go from one direction to another, and just let me show you that it's real situation, and I exported this data in the Excel file, and we're about to see what exactly is there. But pay attention there, so that if I have two losses there, and you can see a summary of these losses. So the next profit position should be much better than summary of previous losses. So, and it's about all of them. So if you go to any pages there, you can see that I have 3 losses there, but the summary of these losses is less than the profit of the last trade. Good. We can jump to the last page there, or I can just reload the page and we can see. So in this case, I just averaging things there based on the support or resistance, and this is numbers. Let's start from the strategies. So there are 2 of them. Let's start with the first one. It's just averaging, but not a usual one. You need to understand what amount of money you should put in every time. Next step, when you try to average a summary. So the first thing first, you need to decide how much money you want to put into the deal. Then you need to divide this amount based on the strategy, and after that, set buy or sell. Try to average your position based on resistance or support. This is a real situation what I had a while ago. You can say that the starting position was 16,099. You can use different percentage, depends on your amount there and what leverage you want to use there. The example based on 1 Bitcoin, you need to understand what amount you can put in, that if your trade is succeeded, then it will be enough for you to go to another trade. So for example, if you think that profit from 1 Bitcoin enough for you, if price goes up for $100 or $200 from this deal, if we don't average anything, then you will get $100 or $200 profit. After that, you need to divide the rest of the amount to separate amounts positions. Depends on your initial position. So for example, 15% of the initial position, and here you can see that the first is 1, then 15%, then double it, it's 30%, or double the previous average position. So here is 0.15 Bitcoin, then 30, then 60, then 1 Bitcoin and 2 Bitcoin and 2, etc. All these numbers here, they have been created based on kind of technical analysis on resistance or support. And every time we try to average the position. Why it's important? Because usually the price, as you can see, if we go to the hour chart, the price bouncing around 200 EMA in 1 hour time range. And you know, this day, this is when X collapsed, but usually it just played here. We can go up, down. Eventually, if you try to go short when you're for 6% down of 200 EMA, in this case, it can lead you to a bad situation. It depends on your leverage there. So what I have done here, you can see 2 lines. I just use this, count it. You can see a summary of it on this table. So average is 17,320, and we started with 16099. We were here, and can you see that in this real example? So I thought that we're about to go down. It wasn't a good idea to do this trade, but if we check the difference from 200 EMA in 1 hour time range, almost 2.78%. It's really bad idea to do this way. So what we have done, we just tried to buy and average this, and instead of we on the bottom of this market with the short position, we make it much upper, and instead of waiting when the price goes below 16k, we just need to wait when it's a little bit down of 17,320, and that's it. So we can see how much profit we can get, and it's 4.19%. Yeah, so I have used this logic for, I would say, this period of time. So it was September, from September till beginning of November. So for this period of time, you can see that price just bounced around. And instead of just using average, I have a second strategy, which I have been using for a while. It's bouncing around. When the price goes up, I'm changing direction. And when I'm changing direction, I'm adding the difference or loss from the previous position. Let's check this out. So for example, we are here, and this is a market. It goes down, up. We have long take profit, short take profit. It depends where we're about to go, but let's say that we have not done technical analysis there, and we decided to go up. In this case, we just added 1 Bitcoin. Price decided to go down, so it's the usual thing. And we have a stop loss between these lines. And if we are here, so what we are doing, so we put a stop loss here, and we have a loss for this amount. What we're about to do, we are stopping here and changing the direction that we are about to go down. So we lost 15%. So the next position should be 1 Bitcoin plus 15% of a loss, and it's 1 Bitcoin at 15. Then we are waiting for that. So it's wrong. It was a wrong decision. The market decided to go up. We are doing completely the same. We have a stop loss. We have a loss here as well. We changing the direction. We are going up. And this time, you need to take a price from previous trade. It's 1 Bitcoin 15 plus 10% of loss. It's a Bitcoin 26 after the dot. And the same situation here. And we are doing that until we reach the profit line. Profit line for long or profit line for short. And usually it stops closer to 5 or 6 attempts. And you can see the same on my screen. Sometimes I'm using averaging and sometimes it's just moving from one direction to another. In this case, I decided to change direction, and you can see that it wasn't a good idea, but anyway, in the end of the day, I in plus and with profit in my pockets, and we can see the result of this on my spreadsheet with all these trades there. You can see we have green, it's profit, red, it's loss, it's obvious. And as a result of it, it started September 16 and the end is November 17. The total is 40, 48,000 and almost 700. How it worked, the main idea. So I was right with these trades, nothing special here. But then I decided to change direction 2 times. You can see that the loss is $26. And the next trade, I was in plus. It's summary of previous losses and plus a profit. So I'm plus $27. Then down the road, you can see that my account was really small. I just use 10,000 of my balance. And as I mentioned before, I didn't put all amount at once. I just put one Bitcoin or less, it depends on the situation. So if you have a 10 grants, you need to put into the market, for example, 1,000, and that's it. In my case, I used leverage, and the leverage was 10. I would say, guys, don't use leverages. So it's quick the way up, but it's a quick way down as well. But this video not about the leverages. Let's go down. We have the same situation. 2 times I changed the direction. I was $110 down, and the next position I'm up, and as a profit I have on my pocket $33. Let's go a little bit further, where I changed direction 3 times. So 1, 2, 3, I'm on $152, and in the next position it's 225. I'm in profit in $72. And in the end, you can see that number is much higher than it was before. Here we are. I changed the direction 4 times. And let me repeat myself. So after all this journey, this is just an optimal decision, how we need to work with it, what exactly numbers should be. So right now I can say that there should be the first position big, then you need to start with this smaller amount and increase it and double it. Yep, that's it. You can see that you have 2 strategies. I've figured out them on my way during daily trading. Please guys, don't rely only on these strategies. You can use both of them to get some money on your account. Don't use high leverages. Feel free to adapt these strategies to your balance, to your ideas. And remember, this is not the end. There is a second part of the story. Have a good day. Take care, guys.